Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is the Captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Don't worry, Spider-Man's okay, and Rosewater's actually talking about how much stuff they're printing. So, let's get into it, but before we do, don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. The comments down below will feed that YouTube algorithm, and support the channel. Just watch the show. It's all I really need you to do, but if you're feeling frisky, you can become a YouTube member like my boy Sawyer. And help support the channel for a couple bucks a month and get some sweet perks in the meantime. Links in the description to eBay, TCG Player, Patreon, all that stuff is down there. Also, the Otaku shop is down there. Let's not forget, Captain Clyde is the code. 10% off all your sweet anime needs from the shop. So go check them out. And swing by Whatnot every Saturday, 9 p.m. We will be having hella deals on all kinds of goodies. Use the code, get 15 bucks off if you've never been to Whatnot. Inside my store. If you wonder what I look like, guess what? It's the same picture. And yeah, here's my stats from just two shows so far. Come get you some. If that's not good enough, check out my eBay stats or TCG Player or whatever. Anyway, moving on. So, big rumors. Wizards of the Coast has made a statement. There is no truth to the rumors that Magic the Gathering Spider-Man crossovers will only get one print run. Now, let's clarify this in case you guys haven't heard. The rumor was due to certain copyright, IP issues, so forth and so on. People were saying that they'd only get one print run of play boxes. Now, collector boxes, yes, one print run, that's it. That hasn't changed. Let's just put that away and just not go there. Yes, they're expensive. Yes, we all get it. But what had everybody really jumping up and down for and through hoops was the rumor of also not getting any more play boxes other than the original allocation due to IP copyright problems. So, Magic has actually came out and made a statement on this, that this is not true. Wizards of the Coast states there is no truth to any rumors about Spider-Man play boosters being a single print run. We don't know where this started at. I'm going to guess it was probably from distributors, game store owners, or whoever. Anybody who wanted to jack this price up to try to scalp boxes at a higher than normal price. Even though these boxes are some of the highest prices we've seen forever. People are greedy and they do shady shit. So we're just going to go with that. So yeah, to be fair, for this to have any relevance or even get any traction like it did, it had to come from somebody in the distribution / LGS market. So, yeah, but nobody's admitting to it. Nobody can track it down. So, we're just going to chalk it up to somebody probably telling their customers this because, well, they wanted to charge people way too much for a box. Now, with that, in the actual release here, it says, last week rumors started swirling in Magic the Gathering circles that the upcoming Spider-Man set would be limited to just one print run across all its products, including play boosters. But today, Wizards of the Coast, as we've seen, has told IGN this is not the case. When asked for the comment on these claims, Wizards of the Coast representative told IGN there is no truth to any rumors about Spider-Man play boosters being a single print run. With Spider-Man being the set code, with SPN being the set code for Spider-Man crossover, while it's not uncommon for products like the more expensive collector boosters, which include special art, foil treatments, and so forth, to be treated in a single print run, the rumors around Spider-Man set off alarm bells because of the inclusion of play boosters. Specifically, they're still available to pre-order on Amazon, as far as I know. And play boosters are basic bread and butter booster packs of nearly every set and typically printed as needed to meet demands for the set that are legal in Magic's standard format, which Spider-Man is. Now, will we see probably a lull in the print run? Yes, probably. Much like Final Fantasy, and honestly, every other set that has come out since Bloomburrow, they need reprints, and the printers are jammed up with them trying to print new product, do reprints of sets because the product is selling so well. We've got confirmation already that it's probably going to be November, maybe even mid December before we see any more Final Fantasy Play boosters come out of distribution. But they are coming. Much like we got a Foundation restock finally, we got a Bloomburrow restock, and more is coming. I don't know if EOE is on that list. I know it's sold well, but I haven't heard any rumors yet that it needs reprinted, but I'm sure it probably does, as we are seeing that Magic in general is just on fire. And when I say that, I don't mean the dumpster fire we're used to seeing. I mean, like, it is hot. Everybody and their brother is in on it. Everybody wants to buy it. Even the people who do the Pokemon scalping silly shit is coming to Magic and causing issues because of how well it is selling. So, again, Spider-Man's fine. Everybody just calm down. Unclench and relax. We'll get boosters. Now, with that being said, and people talking about all the products and how it's in so much demand and blah, 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 there's also a side of people or groups of people who are talking about how there's too much products as well. We're getting a release almost every 2 months, which is, quite frankly, insane, since every 2 months it's basically just rocking standard. And to be fair, not that standard's ever been in a really good place, but at least this keeps it from being too busted for too long, I guess. But people are talking about it, and this product overload has been seen and responded on in Blogatog by Rosewater to the effect of, we literally can't print enough cards, which, as we just talked about with all the sets currently going back through the print run for reprinting while trying to print new stuff, is actually a very solid and legitimate comment, as much as I hate to say that. Now, Rosewater said some other things too, so let's get into that as well. So the big question is, how much is the right amount? You know, you do too little, players get bored, leave the game. Do too much, players get overwhelmed, leave the game, is what he said. So to make things even trickier, each player will experience the volume of Magic in different ways. What's too much for one player might not be enough for another. So figuring out the proper levels is about understanding how Magic players as a collective whole are reacting to what we're making. And he's true. We all know this because we have the people who want collectibles, the people who are the game piece army, and the people who want MSRP. And none of them can live harmoniously because, I don't know, difference of opinion and the fact that they want the game to be what they want it to be instead of what the game actually is. But anyway, inside of that, Mark talks about going to the data. So the data is emphatically saying that what we're doing is working, and Magic and the Magic audience, again as a collective whole, is enjoying what's being produced. As much as people don't want to hear this, this is also true. Boxes are selling like crazy. Products are selling like crazy. We've seen that. If you don't think so, ask anybody, even the people who are bitching about why it costs so much to buy a box and how it's bullshit. That means it's wanted. I mean, if you guys remember back when we had boxes that were like $89 because nobody would buy them, collector boxes down in the 120s, that's a bad market. This is the complete opposite of that. And guess what? People are still pissed. Now it's just different people. So he says, I hear you. While this amount of product might be what the collective players are happiest with, it's too much for you personally. He said, the big challenge for me is, what can I say that helps you? So if something isn't working and the data says the majority of the players are happy with it, we're going to stay with the status quo. And that makes sense from a business standpoint, as much as any of us don't like it. Because at the end of the day, if Magic goes in the direction that I don't like, or is not stable for me, or makes it hard for me to enjoy it or whatever, I would actually leave the game. I haven't done that yet. I've been through some rocky times with it. Been playing since 93, and I've seen some shit. And, well, we are definitely in a bull market of sorts for this particular card game. And in the next year, I think it's going to stay hot, if not get hotter. Because, well, We got Spider-Man coming up, Avatar, and God knows with next year, we already know we're going back to Morrowind. Not only is it going to be a fun set for people who are new, but it's definitely going to pull back a lot of the old players who played in my time, because as much as we hated Laura when it first came out, we loved it afterwards. Kind of like a cult classic movie. Anyway, so moving on. With that, Mark points to data's, and evidence of things like, people who have an issue with the game probably are more likely to complain about it or ask questions about potential changes. He listed questions their internal data helps answers. How much are people playing the latest set? How much are people talking about it online? How much are people purchasing it? And what is the general impression? Now, the data is what guidelines or what guides how the products we make, or how many of the products we make. And as I mentioned before, sales are at all-time high. We all know this. Online conversation about Magic, all-time high. And I believe that we're on the crux of a Magic reaching a new level of public awareness. Also, I believe is an all-time high. I mean, you got people like Post Malone out here playing Magic, along with everybody else doing it, other influential people in other sports genres and singers and whatnot. And I think it's a real cultural shift, and it's going to be hard for some of us cheaper players who ain't got the kind of money to play it to maybe keep up. And, I mean, maybe that's where it's going. Now, he also admits the reality of product overload. So we also talked about that. A new set every 2 months is terrible, in my personal opinion, because you hardly get a chance to use the old set before the new one comes out. I think 2 months is too much. 2 months is too soon. 2 months is too soon. 3 months, maybe. 4 months is probably too far. Probably around the 3-month mark, I think is okay. But again, they're making money. They're gonna do what they want. To this, in close, in his longest Blogatalk answers, he reiterated the sentiment that he hears the concerns of some players, but their data shows that Magic is growing and performing well by their key metrics. But the data could change, and he states that now if that changes, if the majority start communicating that it's too much, that we're making too many products, or that there's too much in standard, or whatever the issue is, we will change, he said. And I think that's been proven by the amazing overproduction and overprinting of products in the 2023 to 24 era, which caused the crash and making it almost an uncollectible game, where people literally just stopped buying the product and they had to dump it in landfills because, this isn't Funko Pop. You get my meaning. Anyhow, I think they made the right stance. They made the card game collectible like it was at the beginning, and needs to be again to have sustained growth. So, in closing, he states, we are adaptive to the needs of the Magic players, but again, a collective whole more than any one individual. Yeah, so, I mean, if you don't like it, go play a game that fits your needs. That goes for me, too. If Magic gets to a place that I don't like it and I don't want to be with it anymore, I will find something else to do. Right now, that is not the case. I may have complaints, I may bitch, I may gripe, but at the end of the day, I still love Magic. And still having fun. So, I think this is a good direction, and working with the collective whole to do what's right for the game will, obviously, in the long run, be better for it because, well, if everybody in the world bitches about how bad your product is, but everybody still buys it, clearly that means the people that are bitching about it, A, can't afford it, or B, don't like it and don't buy it, or C, don't buy it at all, so therefore their opinion doesn't matter. So, tell me what you think down below. Lots of unpopular opinions here, but I think most of them are sound to a point. So, tell me what you think. Until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table. Or on Whatnot this Saturday, 9 p.m. Pacific time.